ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
Okay, now we can discuss the problems in current electricity now. Exercise 3 problems in current electricity. See the page number 107, question number 2. 107, question number 2. Already question number 1 we discussed at the time of class in the current electricity chapter. At the time of the class we discussed already first question. Once check yourself. So second question, in a straight conductor of uniform cross section, a charge q is flowing for time t. Charge q is flowing for time t. Let S be the specific charge of an electron. Specific charge of an electron. The momentum of all the free electrons per unit length of the conductor. The momentum of all the free electrons per unit length of the conductor due to the drift velocity only is. Due to the drift velocity. Momentum per unit length. So momentum formula is momentum is equals to P is equals to mv. Momentum. P is equals to V is nothing but drift velocity here. What is the drift? Generally relation between current I is equals to NEAVD. That is the drift velocity formula. So but drift velocity can be written as here I by NEA. I is equals to VD is equals to I by NEA. So from this P can be written as I divided by NE by M into A. So that is the situation. So P is equals to I can be written as Q by T. N E by M is nothing but specific charge. Specific charge. So what we have to calculate here, the momentum of all the free electrons per unit length of the conductor due to the drift velocity, momentum of all the free electrons. So this is all electrons per unit length. So here P is equals to generally Q by Ts. N is nothing but number of electrons per unit length. So that means A is nothing but length, area of cross section of the conductor. So that is, so the P by Q into Ts. So mainly this is the situation. So A is the area of cross section, N is the number of total number of electrons, total number of particles, momentum of all the particles. So that means this can be written as P into NA is equals to Q by Ts. Q by Ts. What is Na? Total number of electrons in the area, in that area, total number of electrons, that is equals to Q. That is we have to calculate the momentum of all the free electrons per unit length of the conductor. All the electrons these are. So that is. Next, same page, see the question number 4. Question number 4. The side of a rectangular block are 2, 3 centimeter, 2, 3 and 4. Sides of a rectangular block are 2, 3, 4. The ratio of the maximum to resistance to minimum between its parallel faces. Length 2. Breadth 3, height 4. So R is equals to rho L by A. When the resistance is maximum, length is maximum, area is minimum. If length is maximum, area is minimum, resistance is maximum. So R maximum is equals to rho into, what is the maximum possible length here? 4. Minimum possible area among this is 6. So R minimum, L is minimum 2, rho into 2 divided by area remaining 12. So rho by 6. So that is the situation. So that means R maximum divided by R minimum can be written as rho into 4 by 6 divided by rho by 6. So that is 4. So when this is the resistance formula, R is equals to rho L by A. When the resistance is maximum, length is maximum, area is minimum. Anyone is considered as length, remaining two are area, breadth, height. If this is considered as length, then these two are length, breadth, height. So whatever it may be. So resistance across the parallel faces. Maximum possible resistance is this one and minimum possibility is this one. Next. Sixth question, page number 108, sixth question here. Two wires of same material have length 6 centimeters and 10 centimeters and radii 0.5 millimeter and 1.5 millimeter respectively. They are connected in series across the battery 16 volts. The potential difference across the shorter wire is. So let us say these are the two wires are connected to the battery like this. This wire is of length is 6 centimeters and this length is of the wire 10 centimeters. So this diameter radius is 0.5 and this is 1.5 millimeter radius. What is the potential difference across the shorter wire? Potential difference across the shorter wire. So this is given as 16 volts. How can you calculate this? So here these two are in series combination. Series combination means effective resistance R1 plus R2. Effective resistance is R1 plus R2. So now I is same. Total potential V is equals to V1 plus V2. V is equals to V1 plus V2. Total potential is given as V. Then V1 can be written as IR1 and V2 can be written as IR2. So V1 can be written as IR1 plus IR2. So 16 is equals to I common R1 plus R2. So 16 is equals to I can be written as again total potential by total resistance. What we have to calculate? Potential difference across the shorter wire. Potential difference across the shorter wire. This can be written as, first calculate the resistances. R1. R1 formula is rho L by A. Rho L is 6 centimeters, 10 power minus 2. Area pi R square. Radius is 0.5 millimeter. 0.5 into 10 power minus 3 whole square. So rho 6 into 10 power minus 2 divided by pi into 0.25 into 10 to the power of minus 6. This is R1. Similarly, R2 can be written as again rho L by A formula. Rho into L is 10 centimeters. Rho into 1.5 into 10 power minus 3 whole square. So rho into 10 power minus 1 by pi into 2.25 into 10 to the power of minus 6. These are the R1 and R2. Now effective resistance in series combination is equals to R1 plus R2. So total current passes through the system V by R1 plus R2. Total current passes through the system. Total potential by total resistance. These two are in series. Then what is the potential difference across this one? Let us say it is V1. So V1 can be written as IR1. What is I here? V by R1 plus R2 into R1. So what is V? 16 divided by R1. rho 6 into 10 power minus 2 divided by pi into 0.25 into 10 power minus 6 plus rho into 10 power minus 1 divided by pi into 2.25 into 10 power minus 6 into what is the value of R1 again? Rho into 6 into 10 power minus 2 divided by pi into 0.25 into 10 power minus 6. Rho pi cancels numerator and denominator. Rho and pi cancels. So 10 power 6 also 10 power, this is 10 into 10 power minus 2. Okay. 10 into 10 power minus 2. 10 power 6 also cancels numerator and denominator. So 16 divided by, see here, rho into 10 power minus 2 by pi into 10 power minus 6 common. 6 by 0.25 plus 10 by 2.25 into rho into 10 power minus 2 by pi into 10 power minus 6 by 0.25. This one gets cancelled. So therefore V1 is equals to 16 divided by 0.25, 2.25. 2.25 LCM. 0.25 9 z plus 1. Sorry. 9 6 z here. 0.25 9 z 2.25. 9 6 z 54 plus 1. Sorry, plus 10. Next ikkada, what is the remaining value? 6 by 0.25. So V1 is equals to 16 into 2.25 divided by 64 into 6 by 0.25. 0.25 9 are again 16 4s are 2 3s are 2 2s are 27 by 2. 27 by 2 is 13.5. That is the value, 13.5 volts. So first we calculated the resistances and total current I is equals to V by R. Then V1 potential across first one. That is just simple calculation is important here. So formula is nothing but calculation is next. Next to come to the sixth problem here. 3 ammeters PQR with internal resistances R 1.5 R 3 R respectively. Q and R parallel and this combination series with P. The whole combination is connected between X and Y. When the battery is connected between X and Y, the ratio of readings of PQR. Let us say this P is 1 ammeter and this is Q and this is R. Given that Q and R are connected in parallel, so this is P, this is Q and this is R. What are the internal resistance? This is R, this is 1.5 R and this is 3 R. These are the internal resistances. Next, this is connected to these two are connected to the battery like this. The ratio of readings of PQR, readings of, how can you calculate? Let us say it is V. First calculate the effective resistance. These two are in parallel. So PQ and R are in parallel. Our effective resistance is 1.5 R and 3 R are in parallel. So now effective resistance, let us say R1 or let us say whatever it is, 1.5 R into 3 R divided by 1.5 R plus 3 R. So 4.5 r square divided by 4.5 r. So that is r. And small r and r1 are in series. This combination is in parallel and then it is connected to series. Therefore, effective resistance of the combination is r plus r, that is equals to 2r. Effective resistance of the combination is 2r. Then what is that? Here that current passes through this one. Current, total current I. Here the current divides. Here the current divides. What is the total current? I is equals to generally V by R effective. V by R effective is how much? 2R. So the reading of P is, what is the reading of P? So that is V by 2R. That means total current passes through the P. Whatever is the current, total current passes through the P. Then here the current divides here. I can be divided into I1 and I2. So here I is equals to I1 plus I2. What are the I1 and I2? In parallel combination, potential remains constant. So I is equals to V by R. Therefore, I1 is to I2 is equals to 1 by R1 is to 1 by R2. So that means I1 by I2 is equals to R2 by R1. I1 by I2 is equals to R2 by R1. So let us say here I1 by I2 is equals to R2. That means 3R by 1.5R, that is 2. So I1 is equals to 2I2. I1 is equals to 2I2. So therefore I is equals to I1 plus I2. But I1 is 2I2 plus I2. So I is equals to 3I2. Then I2 is equals to I by 3. So I2 is equals to I by 3. What is I? V by 2R divided by 3. So V by 6R. What is I2? Current passes through the R. So the reading of R is V by 6R. But I1, so therefore I1 can be written as 2I2. So 2 into I2 is V by 6R. So that is V by 3R. So therefore reading of Q is V by 3R. So the ratio P is to Q is to R. What is P? V by 2R. What is Q? What is Q? Reading of Q, V by 3R. What is R? V by 6R. V by R cancel. 1 by 2 is 2, 1 by 3 is 2, 1 by 6. Multiply with 6. 3 is to 2 is to 1. 3 is to 2 is to 1. That is the reading. So just these two are in parallel, then it is in series. Total current. Current divides here. The ratio of currents is nothing but inverse ratio of resistances. Because in parallel combination, potential remains constant. Next, see the ninth question here. Ninth question. The resistance of a semicircle as shown in the diagram between the two end faces is, resistance between two end faces we have to calculate. The inner radius is given as 6 centimeters, radial thickness is 3 and axial thickness is 4. Radial thickness is 3 and axial thickness is 4. Then what is the resistivity and what is the resistance between? Resistance formula is R is equals to rho L by A. Rho is given as how much? For resistivity, 4 into 10 power minus 6. length of the circular path is r. So pi into, let us say, r2 square minus r1 square, inner radius and outer radius, inner radius and outer radius. So this is pi, area is so length is considered as pi r here, and area of cross section. What is the area of cross section here? So thickness is 3 centimeters and 4 square. So it is length of the r is equals to rho l by a, r is equals to rho l by a, length is nothing but pi r here, and area of cross section, area of the half circle, whatever it is. So pi r2 square minus r1 square, let us say, pi cancel, 4 into 10 power minus 6, and radius is, so inner radius is 6, outer radius is 3, sorry, thickness is 3, and thickness, axial thickness is 4. So radius is square root of 3 square plus 4 square, and it is r2 square. Inner radius is 6, outer radius is 3. So that is 9 into 10 power minus 2 whole square minus 6 into 10 power minus 2 whole square. Because see here, inner radius is 6, outer radius is 3, total is 9. That is 4 into 10 to the power of minus 6. So 5 into 10 power minus 2 divided by 81 into 10 to the power of minus 4 minus 36 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So it is approximately 4 5 is 20 into 10 to the power of minus 8 divided by 81 minus 36. 81 minus 30, 51, 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So 20 by 45 into 10 to the power of minus 4. 5 4s are 5 9s are, that's 4 approximately, like this. Next, see the 11th question. A heating element using nichrome connected to a 230 volt supply draws an initial current of 3.2 amperes, which settles after a few seconds to a steady state value 2.8 amperes. What is the steady temperature of the room of the heating element if the room temperature is 27 degrees Celsius? The temperature quotient of resistance. So potential is given as 230 volts, and current, first I1 is given as 3.2 and I2 is given as 2.8 amperes. So from this R1 can be written as V by I1, R2 can be written as V by I2. So R1 is equals to 230 by 3.2 and R2 is equals to 230 by 2.8. So temperature quotient of resistance alpha can be written as, formula is R2 minus R1 by R1 T2 minus R2 T1. R2 minus R1 by R1 T2 minus R2 T1. So R2 is 230 divided by 2.8 minus 230 divided by 3.2. So from this we have to calculate T2. T1 is given as 27 degrees Celsius. So that must be in, you have to convert into Kelvin. R1, what is R1? 230 divided by 3.2 into T2 minus 230 divided by 2.8 into 300. So alpha value is given as 1.7 into 10 to the power of minus 4. So on solving you can get the simple thing. Total potential is given as 230 volts and the supply draws an initial current of 3.2 amperes, initial current, and after few seconds it reaches to the steady value and its current is 2.8 amperes. Then after this alpha is equals to general formula is R2 minus R1 by R1 T2 minus R2 T1. So on solving you can get this. So solve this after finding. Next. Next page number 114, question number 2. Page number 114, question number 2, level 3. The masses of three are in the ratio 1:3:5. Their lengths are in the ratio 5:3:1. When they are connected in series to an external source, the amounts of heats produced in them are in the ratio is amounts of heats produced. So Joule heating effect, amount of heat produced can be written as I square RT. Amount of heat produced is I square RT. So here Q proportional to R only, it does not depends on mass. So that is Q1 is to Q2 is to Q3 is equals to R1 is to R2 is to R3. So rho L by A is to rho L2 by A is to rho L3 by A. Same masses of three wires, their lengths when they are connected in series. In series combination generally area of cross section remains constant. All are made up of with same material means rho by A cancels. So that is equals to L1 is to L2 is to L3. So that is 5:3:1. It is independent of mass. Next, third question. A heater coil rated at 1000 volts is connected to 110 volts main. How much time takes to melt 625 grams of ice at 0 degree Celsius? Power is given as power is equals to 1000 watt. Connected to a potential is 110 volts mains. How much time it will take 625 grams of ice at 0 degree Celsius? Latent heat is given as, first here P can be written as V square by R. 1000 is equals to V square by R. What is V square? 110 into 110 divided by R. Therefore, R is equals to 110 into 110 divided by 1000. 100 cancel. 11 into 1.1. 12.1 resistance. So, resistance is 12.1 here. Now, amount of heat energy produced, that is V square by R into T, we can write. Amount of heat energy produced, I square RT or V square by R into T. So, this can be written as ML is equals to V square by R. V square by R is nothing but 1000 only, okay. No need to calculate, sorry. Mass is 625 grams, 620 into 10 to the power of minus 3. L is 80 calorie into 4200 divided by 1000 is equals to T. Calorie per gram convert into joule per second, joule per kg, that is 1000. 4200 we have to multiply with. 3 zeros cancel. 0.625 into 8 into 42 is equals to T. So 0.625 into 8 2s are 16, 32, 336 is equals to T. 336 into 0.625. How much it is approximately according to this? 330, 18, approximately 200, 210. So must calculate 625, 336, 15, 36, 37, 15, 7, 3, 6 are 18, 15, 17, 18, 0, 10, 15, 14, 19, 20. 210. So 210 seconds. So that is the value. So first, so P is equals to, given that power and potential, P is equals to V square by R. But heat energy generated, we can write it as I square RT or V square by R into T. Here we have to calculate T. So and according to thermodynamics, sorry, in calorimetry chapter, so amount of heat energy, that is we can write it as ml. Latent heat is given as 80, but here the option is in joule. So that's why this 80 calorie per gram convert into, that means we have to multiply with 4200. So next, fourth question. In the following circuit, 5 ohms resistor develops 45 joules per second due to the current flowing through it. The power developed across 12 ohms resistor is. That is the given question. This is 5, 9, 6, 12. So what is the power developed here in the 5 ohms resistor? 45 joule per second. Here the power is equals to I square R or V square by R rather. So how much is it? Joule per second? 45. I square R is 5. Sorry, R is given as 5. So I square is equals to 9. Therefore I can be written as 3. So what is the current passes through the circuit here? 3. Current passes is 3. So what is the potential across here? The potential is equals to IR, 15 volts. The potential at this position is 15, and here also the potential is 15. Here also the potential is 15 because both are in parallel. Here the potential is 15. Both are in series. Both are in series. That means 9 plus 6. R effective is also 15. Then I is equals to 15 by 15. That is equals to 1. Here the current is 1. So what is the total current here? Here in this branch the current is 3. Here the current is 1. Total current is 4. Got it, I think. Here the power is given as 45. I square R. We got 3. Here 3. And so that here the potential is 15. These two are in parallel. That's why here also the potential is 15. 9 plus 6. R, 9 and 6 are in series. So that's why effective resistance is 15. Therefore, what is the current here? V by R, 1. Here the current 1, here the current 3. Total current is 4. Then the power developed here it is. Again I square R. 4 square into 12. 16 into 12. 192 joule. Sorry, 192 joule per second. So next. Next to page number 115, question number 9. Page number 115, question number 9. 3 bulbs with their power and working voltages are connected as shown in the circuit diagram to a 12 volts battery. The total power consumed by the bulbs is. Total power consumed by the bulbs. Here we have one bulb, and here we have one bulb, and here we have one bulb, like this. This is 12 volts, 6 watt. This is also 12 volts, 6 watts. 12 volts, 12 watts. And here it is 12 volts. Connected voltage is. So here what is the resistance? here let us say here R1 and here R2 and it is R3. So power can be written as V square by R. So from this R can be written as V square by P. So first R1, what is V? 12. 12 into 12 divided by 6. So that is 24. Similarly R2 is also 24 because 12 6 only. Then what is R3? R3 is how much? R3 is equals to 12 into 12 divided by 12. So 12 ohms. R1, R2, R3. Here R1 and R2 are in parallel. So R effective is nothing but R1, R2 by R1 plus R2. That is 24 into 24 divided by 20, 48. So 2 12s, that is 12 only. This effective is 12 and this 12, this is also 12. So next 12 comma 12 are in series. So R effective of the system is 24. R effective is equals to 24. So therefore I can be written as V by R effective. What is the connected potential here? 12 volts. So that is 12 by 24, that is 1 by 2. 12 by 24, that is 1 by 2. That is the total current passes through the system. Total current passes through the system. Then what is the power consumed? I square R. Effective resistance is so here total current passes through the system is 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2 equally divides because resistance is 24, 24. Here the current is 1 by 4. Here the current is also 1 by 4. And again here 1 by 2. So consumed power. Here let us say the consumed power is P1, consumed power is P2. Here the consumed power is P3. Let us say P1 can be written as I square R. I square can be written as 1 by 16 into 24. 4 6 4 4s 8 3 3 by 2. P1 is. Similarly P2 is also I square R. What is I here? 1 by 4. That is 1 by 16 into resistance is 24, 3 by 2. And P3 is equals to I square R. Again I is 1 by 2, resistance is 12. 1 by 4 into 12, so 3. So therefore total power consumed, that is P1 plus P2 plus P3. How much it is? 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 plus 3. So 3 by 2, 3 plus 3, that is 6 watts. Or simply apart from this we can write it as total power consumed is equals to total current into resistance. 1 by 4 into effective resistance, we got how much? Effective resistance 24. So that is 6 simply without calculating. What is the power consumed in the first bulb? Power consumed in the second bulb? Power consumed in the third bulb? Total power. Or simply total power consumed. What is the total current? 1 by 2. R like this. Simply we can do the like this also. So next, so the page number 130. Next, page number 130. Question number 3 and 4 we can do this. 1 and 2 are simple only. Question number 3 here. N identical resistors are taken. N by 2 resistors are connected in series and the remaining are connected in parallel. N by 2 are in series. Total N resistors of equal resistance. N by 2 are in series. So effective resistance is equals to N by 2 R. R plus R plus R plus N by 2. And N by 2 are in parallel. N by 2 are in parallel. So effective resistance is N by 2 R. If N resistances are connected in parallel, effective resistance is R by N. So that is R by N by 2, that is 2R by N. 2R by N. Yes. Now here N by 2 resistances are in series, effective resistance is N by 2 R. N by 2 are in parallel, effective is 2R by N. Now what is the situation here? The series connected group is kept in left gap of the meter bridge and parallel connected group is kept in the right gap of the meter bridge. What is the balancing length? The distance of the balancing point the left end of the wire is. So generally R by S is equals to L by 100 minus L. Resistance according to meter bridge concept, resistance in the left gap divided by resistance in the right gap is equals to L by 100 minus L. That is the concept. What is the resistance in the left gap? N by 2 R. So divided by 2 R by N. So that is equals to L by 100 minus L. RR gets cancelled, N square by 4 is equals to L by 100 minus L. Reverse, 4 by N square is equals to 100 minus L by L. So that is 100 by L minus 1. That is 4 by N square plus 1 is equals to 100 by L. 4 plus N square divided by N square is equals to 100 by L. So from this L can be written as 100 N square divided by 4 plus N square. 100 N square divided by 4 plus N square. First option is the correct. But option is given as fourth, not possibility is. First option is the correct. Yes. Next. See the fourth question. In a meter bridge, the balancing length from left end found to be 20 centimeters. In a meter bridge, the balance length from left end is found to be 20 centimeters. The length of the resistance wire in the left gap is 1 by 2 meter and radius is 2 millimeter. Its specific resistance is. Right gap, the standard resistance is R. Generally we know R by S is equals to L by 100 minus L. What is R? We have to calculate. S is given as 1 ohm standard resistance in the right gap. Length is, balancing length is 20 centimeters. 20 divided by 100 minus 20. So R is equals to 20 by 80. So that is 1 by 4. That is rho L by A is equals to 1 by 4. Length is given as 1 by 2 meter. Area is pi r square. Radius is 2 millimeter. 2 into 10 power minus 3 whole square is equals to 1 by 4. So rho by 2 pi into 4 into 10 power minus 6 is equals to 1 by 4. 4 gets cancelled. Rho is equals to 2 pi into 10 power minus 6. 2 into 3.14, 6.28 into 10 power minus 6. Or 2 pi, simply 2 pi into 10 power minus 6 ohm meter. So this one. First option wrong, it is 2 pi. So next. So in meter bridge, in potentiometer, let's do two or three problems. Enough. The potentiometer, page number 136. So see the first question, page number 136. In an experiment with potentiometer to measure internal resistance of a cell, when the cell is shunted by 5 ohms, the null point is obtained at 2 meter. When the cell is shunted by 20 ohms, the null point is obtained at 3 meters. The internal resistance of the cell is. Generally, what is the formula? V is equals to E by R plus R into L. General formula is potential drop. But here that means V proportional to V1 by V2 is equals to L1 by L2. When it is shunted means we can write L1 by L2 is equals to generally here E by R1 plus small r E R1 by divided by E R2 by R2 plus R. So when it is shunted by 5 ohms resistance and when it is shunted by 20 ohms resistance, then its formula becomes ER1 by R1 plus R, ER2 by R2 plus R. L1 is first case 2 meters divided by 3 meters is equals to E gets cancelled. R1 is 5 divided by 5 plus R divided by 20 divided by 20 plus R. Next 5, okay, keep like this. 2 by 3 is equals to 20 plus R divided by 20 into 5 by 5 plus R. 5 4s are 8 into 5 plus R is equals to 3 into 20 plus R. 40 plus 8R is equals to 60 plus 3R. So 5R is equals to 20, R is equals to 4. Or is internal resistance is equals to 4 ohms. Simple thing it is. Actual formula it is E by R plus R into L. V equals to I R. Sorry, it is R by L into L. Potential gradient formula. V is equals to E by R plus R into R by L into L. V is equals to IR formula. I means total EMF by total resistance. Total EMF by total resistance into R by L into L. What is our external resistance? So L length unit cancel. So this is the potential gradient formula. So based on that, V proportional to L. V1 by V2 is equals to L1 by L2. So in place this E R1, first case R1 by R1 plus R, R2 by R2 plus R. Next same case, second problem here. A potentiometer wire of length 100 centimeters has a resistance 5 ohms. It is connected in series with the resistance and a cell of 2 volts of negligible internal resistance. A source of EMF 5 millivolt is balanced by 10 centimeters length of potential. The value of external resistance is same model. So V is equals to general formula E by R plus series resistance plus R, resistance of the wire plus small r into R by L into L. That is the situation. So V is given as how much? 5 millivolts. 10 5 into 10 power minus 3 is given as. Standard cell is 2 volt. Resistance, series resistance plus resistance of the wire is given as 5 ohms. Internal resistance of the cell is 0 into R 5 divided by length of the wire is 100 centimeters, that means 1 meter. Balance is the length of 10 centimeters, balancing length like this. So 5 into 10 power minus 3 is equals to 10 into 10 100 1 by R plus RS plus 5. RS plus 5 is equals to 1 by 5 into 10 power minus 3. So 1000 by 5, so 200. So RS is equals to 200 minus 5, so that is 195. So this. Next, see the fifth question. In an experiment for calibration of voltmeter, a standard cell of 1.5 balances 3 centimeters length of potentiometer wire. The potential difference across the resistance in the circuit is balanced at 1.25 meters. The voltmeter is connected across the same resistance. It reads 0.56 with the error. So generally we know E proportional to L. So that means E1 by E2 is equals to L1 by L2. First E1 is how much? 1.5 volts divided by E2 is equals to L1 is how much? 300 centimeters, that means 3 meters. L2 is 1.25. 3 0.5. So E2 is equals to 1.25 into 0.5. 125 5 are 625, 0.625. But what is the error? What is the measure value here? What is the measured value here? 0.5. 0.65. It reads 0.65. Error is equals to 0.65 minus 0.625. So 0.025 volts. Second option it is. So that's about this.